Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss one of Indonesia's most ambitious national initiative in the field of development economics, the Free Nutritious Meal Program, known as Program Makan Bergizi Gratis or MBG. This program was officially launched on 6 January 2025 under President Prabowo Subianto. MBG provides free, balanced, nutritious meals daily to school children and toddlers. The government has set a massive target of serving up to 82.9 million beneficiaries. Each meal includes rice, protein, vegetables, and fruit, prepared through thousands of community nutrition kitchens. To truly appreciate the significance of this program, we must first understand the critical problem it addresses: stunting. Stunting is a form of chronic malnutrition in which children under 5 years old experience impaired growth. According to the World Health Organization, a child is considered stunted when their height for age falls more than 2 standard deviations below the WHO Child Growth Standards median. This condition is not simply about being short, it reflects deep, long-term damage caused by insufficient nutrition, particularly during the critical first 1,000 days of life, from pregnancy until the child's second birthday. Stunting has severe, lifelong consequences. It impairs brain development, weakens the immune system, reduces cognitive capacity, increases the risk of chronic disease in adulthood, and leads to lower educational achievements and future earning potential. In macroeconomic terms, widespread stunting represents a massive loss of human capital that can hinder a nation's overall development for generations. Although Indonesia has made progress in reducing the stunting rate from 21.5% in 2023 to around 19.8% in 2024, the challenge remains substantial. This is why MBG was designed a large-scale direct intervention. Indonesia is not alone in implementing such a program. Several countries have long adopted similar large-scale school feeding initiatives. India runs the world's largest midday meal scheme, feeding over 125 million children daily. Brazil has provided universal free school meals to approximately 40 million students since expanding its program in 2009, with a strong emphasis on sourcing food from local farmers. Other nations such as South Africa, China, and many African countries have also developed national school feeding programs with varying degrees of success. What makes Indonesia's MBG unique is its extremely rapid rollout, vast scale, and broad coverage extending beyond school children to include toddlers, making it one of the most comprehensive programs globally. The bold ambition deserves strong appreciation. MBG reflects a serious commitment to human capital development and aligns directly with Indonesia's Golden Indonesia 2045 vision. By tackling stunting head-on, the program has the potential to produce a healthier, smarter, and more productive future generation. Additionally, its local procurement model creates hundreds of thousands of jobs and provides economic opportunities for farmers and small enterprises, demonstrating a virtuous cycle between nutrition, education, and economic growth. However, a rigorous and honest assessment reveals that the program's rapid implementation has exposed critical weaknesses that can't be ignored. The most urgent issue is food safety. Since its launch, thousands of students with reports estimating between 5,000 and over 50,000 cases have suffered from food poisoning across provinces including West Java, Central Java, and Banten. Several incidents involved hundreds of children falling ill in a single day due to poor hygiene, inadequate kitchen certification, weak oversight, and bacterial contamination. These repeated failures have caused real harm to children and significantly damaged public trust. Furthermore, the program's enormous budget of 335 trillion in 2026, equivalent to about 9% of total state expenditures, has sparked intense debate. Critics argue that such a massive allocation, partly redirected from the education budget, risks undermining investments and teacher quality, school infrastructure, and learning materials. Other persistent challenges include inconsistent meal quality, monotonous menus that many children reject, logistical difficulties in remote areas, slow budget absorption, and governance risks such as irregularities in contract awards and potential corruption. In conclusion, the Free Nutritious Meal Program stands as a visionary and courageous application of development economics. Its scale and intention place Indonesia among global leaders like India and Brazil in the fight against malnutrition. Yet, the significant gap between its noble goals and current implementation realities, marked by food safety crisis, budgetary pressures, and administrative shortcomings, highlights the urgent need for decisive corrective measures. The government must immediately strengthen food safety standards, enforce rigorous monitoring and certification, improve transparency in procurement, and ensure consistent, appealing meal quality. Only by learning from these early challenges and implementing systematic improvements can MBG overcome its weaknesses, realize its full potential, and become a sustainable success story, not only for Indonesia, but as an inspiring model for other developing nations striving to build stronger human capital for the future.